life taught me something different, and that's actually lead me to work on my mission. And mission, obviously, I'll talk more about that in the discussion. But if I
Mm,
really want to put that into a context, is somewhere I realize there's a gap between what we learn in our education and what we require in the offices. Okay, and
mm,
that's where I found there's a gap in our education system. And also, when I was working in offices, I realized our employment system is also having some gaps. So that's why the people who really working hard and they giving their best, why they're not able to be groomed as leaders in the organizations. No? So, so my mission is very simple. I want to help professionals uh, to come out of that performance trap
mm.
and convert that performance into an influence, which will give them impact, authority, and that desired salary, what they're looking for, the income they're looking for. So that's
Hello and welcome to another episode of Value Seller Talks, where we bring inspirational conversation with industry leaders who are driving innovation, shaping ecosystem, and creating a meaningful impact. I'm your host Deepak Bajaj, and today we have truly exceptional guest Tushar Chaudhari, leadership coach for project managers, who is challenging one of the biggest myths in professional life that performance naturally leads to influence. He is trained as a civil engineer and certified as a chartered project management professional. Tushar followed the traditional success formula, gain expertise, work hard, and deliver enormous results. Yet, despite strong performance, he faced stagnation, invisibility, and even job loss. And I'm sure that his story resonates with you fully. That turning point forced him to ask a powerful question. Why do highly capable professionals remain unseen despite consistent results? Through personal setbacks and deep reflection, Tushar uncovered a systematic gap our education and employment systems train professionals to execute but not to influence. They reward competence but rarely teach authority building, leadership positioning, or strategic visibility. From this realization, he built the Influential Leader Blueprint, a structured framework designed to help mid career project managers convert performance into strategic influence, influence into authority, and authority into accelerated income without working 24 cross 7, playing politics, or endlessly chasing promotions. Guys, I'm very much excited about the roadmap which he has built. And I think this is something which most of the professionals eventually, after gaining so much experience, lack in their personal life to build their professional. I'm very excited about it, honestly. And Tushar is the Amazon #1 best-selling author of the Professionalism Code, founder of the Influential Leadership Hub, a thriving 500 plus member leadership community, and recipient of the Leadership Influencer for Social Impact Award at Pride of Karnataka Season 2. His mission is bold and transformative to help 1 million, I repeat, to help 1 million mid career project managers redefine success by building influence with integrity, enabling them to serve their families, organization, society, and nation with confidence and authority. Let's dive into this powerful and perspective shifting conversation with Tushar Chaudhary. Thank you, Tushar, for joining in. And take my words, while reading and going through your impact, it is giving me a boost goosebumps. I'm really excited about this. Thanks for joining in.
thank you very much, Deepak. And honestly speaking, we all talking about when you see when you we see you on the social media. I mean, you talking about different professionals in your value seller talks. It gives us that actually you are also on mission to bring this society to new dimensions. So we feel inspired by seeing your efforts also. So thank you for inviting me and allowing me this opportunity to speak more about and help people through you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the kind words. And we all are learning from each other. That's the mantra, right?
Absolutely,
Right. And
absolutely.
the problem happen when we stop sharing our thoughts. So I'm just
Yes,
trying to break that taboo, right?
yes, yes.
Right.
Superb.
But this is your show, right? Not mine.
It's our show. Yeah, absolutely. That's fine. Yeah.
So, Tushar, as I read through, you talk about your frameworks, your influence. But before we start, right, I really love to know who is Tushar Chaudhary as a person.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Deepak, for that's a good question to start with. And Deepak, before I describe myself as a coach or a leadership coach or author, I see myself as a student of human behavior. I've spent more than 20 plus years in project environments, team building high performing teams, and dealing with those deadlines, conflicts, and managing conflicts, and observing how people behave in particular situation inside the workplace.
Mm,
So what fascinated me was this: that two people can have similar technical skills, similar experience,
mm,
but I even having similar trait. Okay, but one becomes visible, one become respected or influential, and while others are remains invisible, they stuck even though they are working hard. So this question really challenged me. This question stayed with me for many years. And personally, I come from a very humble background, a very ordinary background, like many professionals in India. I followed a traditional path. Like for example, I study hard and got a degree. I work sincerely. I delivered the results. I believe that, this is one of the belief I had, that if you perform well, success will automatically follow. And
mm,
that was the belief I was carrying throughout in my some of my part of my career. But life taught me something different, and that's actually lead me to work on my mission. And mission, obviously, I'll talk more about that in the discussion. But if I
mm,
really want to put that into a context, is somewhere I realize there's a gap between what we learn in our education and what we require in the offices. Okay, and
mm,
that's where I found there's a gap in our education system. And also, when I was working in offices, I realized our employment system is also having some gaps. So that's why the people who really working hard and they giving their best, why they're not able to be groomed as leaders in the organizations, no? so so my mission is very simple. I want to help professionals uh, to come out of that performance trap
mm.
and convert that performance into an influence, which will give them impact, authority, and that desired salary, what they're looking for, the income they're looking for. So that's about me. Thank you.
Wow. And I'm pretty much sure like this trend is going since ages, right? If
Yes,
you ask anyone who is already in the employment phase, they are already, from their generation, they have been told, beta padhai kar lo, number le aao, get the respected job and become. Then once you are in this performance in this professional world, then you are running behind the titles.
absolutely, absolutely. See, I mean, obviously you're right. There are some myths we carrying.
Hmm.
One of that myth is performance, which we talk, but there is another myth we carry is that experience.
Hmm.
My There are people I worked with, they have more than 10, 15, 20 years of experience, and they say that, okay, my experience will give me the future of my career, it will shape me. But these are the wrong strategies. These are failure strategies if these are the traps we fall into. So my general observation, and this is my strong belief, is that your performance actually do not compound. Your um, your experience also do not compound. What
Hmm.
compounds is that the influence you made on the people while working on the projects, or whatever work you did. So, for example, you doing this value seller talks, you're creating influence on the people, right? So that really is one of my belief, strong belief. So that I thought to support what you said.
Hmm. I totally agree because it's really hard now. before we talk about the challenges which you are facing during this journey, but what, how it takes a lot of courage, right? To step out from a regular 9 to 5 or 9 to 9 job, competing with your colleagues, your peers, politics and everything, which is a a normal trend in any of the professional world. But what moment make you realize that it's the right time to move out, or maybe it's a you have delayed, while stepping out to this new world of creating the impact?
Yeah, okay, absolutely, absolutely. Everyone has their story, right? And I also have a story, and there was a moment in my career that completely changed my perspectives, how look at the professional way of working. In 2015, I was working in a very good project management role. I had built the first PMO for that organization where I was working, and I built a high performing team also. And I was working there almost three and a half years. And I even received one promotion during that journey, in that tenure. My performance was at its peak, but then suddenly somewhere the Middle East recession hit,
Hmm.
and companies suddenly started restructuring. And the first person to be laid off was me. At 5 o'clock in the evening, I got a very fantastic gift by the HR saying, Tushar, can we have a quick word with you? And I got the fantastic gift. And that's my birthday date. I was going to celebrate birthday that day. Okay. And I got a gift is that, Tushar, this is your last day. It was shocking. And because, I believed that my performance would really protect me,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
life proved something different. What made that moment even harder was something very personal because, my wife was 3 months pregnant that time. And when I told her that I had lost my job, she fingered me towards her stomach and I said, Tushar, what should we do with this kid?
Hmm.
And that time, you know, I really I felt myself as a loser. In that moment, I felt like complete failure.
Hmm.
I felt that I had laid my family down. But sometimes, the lowest moments of your life become the turning points of your life, right?
Hmm.
So my mentor, Blair Singer, and so another mentor, Siddharth Rashikar, they used to say that, your the crisis is a change waiting to happen, you know.
Right.
So yeah, if you have a crisis in your life, then it has a potential to become a great turning point of your life. So those people who really crying about I lost my job and all that. I mean, we cry for some reasons, but I would like to tell them a message that if you have a crisis in your life, that means you have a potential to turn that into a great mission of your life. So that experience forced me to reflect deeply about my own career, how I used to look at my career, my leadership, and the professional systems I'm working with. So, this is the moment helped me to change. And I found mentors, I worked on myself, and uh, in just 2 years' time, I bounced back.
Wow. Oh, impressive. 2 years is not a big time, but that I understand when you say 2 years, the time to, come out, especially from the pressure, the mental pressure which you are handling every day. Because I'm pretty much sure, like every professional, the comfort zone, they're staying in the closed job environment, obviously, fighting with the colleagues for the project deliveries.
Yeah,
So that's part and parcel of the life. But yes, there's a power of the chair, right? We always say, and power of the title. But at one moment, when it has been taken out, you know, a person become fully naked, right?
absolutely, absolutely.
Ah,
So, yeah, sorry, go
so,
ahead.
so tell me about, what your job life was.
Mm.
How was your experience? What you do into that, because I'm pretty much sure your experience resonate with millions of people who are listening to us.
Okay, so Chap, I mean, it's like typical 9 to 5 role I was having. And actually mindset was also 9 to 5.
Mm,
I going to office, and the moment I get into the office, I was trying, my focus was completing the task and delivering the thing. My calendar used to fill with meetings, talking to people, looking after care, the people's problem, the delivery problems. So I was fully get consumed into this. Then uh, I was struggling to say no to things, working hard like for weekends and evening times, late hour works. Typical employee who has that survival instinct, to for survival mode point of view. That was my that was how I was working in the offices.
mm, mm. And yeah, all of a sudden, when everything has been taken out, despite the
Yeah,
performance, definitely that will be a most shocking event for you.
yeah. I mean, see. Uh, when this incident happened with me, it gave me chance to reflect back. And when I found my mentors and when I worked with my mentors, I realized what are the things which I'm doing, not bringing the value which I'm expecting in my life. So I stopped seeing myself as a high performing employee. No,
Mm,
most of us really goes with this belief, right? If you perform well, then you'll be getting the promotions or salaries or getting to the new roles, right?
mm,
For many years, I believed that if I worked harder, things would eventually work out. But
mm,
that incident which I shared with you made me realize something very important, that hard work alone is not enough.
mm,
Professionals, we also need clarity. We also need positioning ourselves. Also need influence at the workplace. And this is where I realized that we never been taught to do this one. I
mm,
found mentors and I started reflecting deeply on my experiences. And I realized something again powerful is we professional most of the time silently suffering from the same problem which I talked. I mean, there are so many
mm.
people facing the same problem. Millions of professionals are like this. So
Yeah.
this really drive me to come up with this idea that if I come out of this problem, then I should help others to come out of that one also.
It's a very, very noble point because you are actually giving the support to those who are feeling shy and who
Yeah,
don't know whom to speak with, right? Because
yeah,
that low movement makes them to feel, like no one,
yeah.
right? Um, I want to ask one important question, right? When you talk about authority, right?
Mm.
Now, as a professional, I also have a authority. And what authority you are building or you are creating, or maybe which myth of the authority which a professional is carrying in their job, 9 to 5 job, and what authority you are actually trying to bring, because that's sometimes the same names have a different meanings also.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, naturally, if you ask anyone, the word authority means in the offices, and even if I check with my mentees, their inclination goes towards title, position, or power. This type of their perception they have about the word
Hmm.
authority.
Hmm.
I actually try to break this belief and this thought process. See, I'll coin the word for you and for the people who are listening is, would you, when you want to be a leader in the organization, so would you like to would you like people to look at you like a fearful respect or respectful fear?
Hmm.
Suppose my boss come and I get up from my seat and I say, oh yeah, yeah, boss. I see many people doing this one at the organizations, right? And so I really coin these two terms, fearful respect or respectful fear. It is very depth. If you go in more depth in this one, fearful respect means you are giving someone a respect because of the fear.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
The fear is of maybe something which is uh, like micromanagement people are doing. They're trying to put your fault first and weaknesses first. You feel guilt about something. You feeling self low confident about yourself. Because of that fear, you try to help give respect to others. Okay, because
Hmm.
of the position, because of the title, because your promotion, your salaries, your growth is have in their hands. This is what you think. That's why you
Yes.
give them respect for at the base of fear. But respectful fear means if I mean, I'll tell you, my teacher, one of my mentor, you know, when he used to connect with us
mm,
for even small 1 minute or 5 minutes or 10 minutes, his objective is to transform you within that
mm,
small span of 1 minute or 2 minutes. And
mm,
because of that transformation, you feel so inspired. You feel so good about yourself. Okay. And because of that, we used to respect that person. So the moment he says something, we start listening to him. That is respectful fear, you know. And so this is where this authority lies in between. I always ask my mentees this question is that we have made a lot of mistakes in our life, in our projects also, in our profession also. How many of you actually learned out of that mistakes, and then now you learn your learnings? Have you really codified those learnings for in such a way that the people who are working with you, they're able to follow or they will able to adopt it?
Love it.
Like for example, you might have developed process, you might have developed a system or a protocol or SOP or whatever it is, or framework you develop.
Mm,
If the people who are working with you not able to adopt it easily, then how would they really follow you? I mean,
mm,
check this question. How many of us really made our people's life easy? That is what actually help to build your authority. That is the first thing. Then, do people really listen to you when you speak?
true.
Do the people at the executive level or the top level in the organization, or people whoever is working with you, do they look out for you for your expert advice or your special intervention, or do they invite you into this meeting where the critical decisions are happening and they're asking, do you, is this right, shall we go in this direction? And then you giving them some options, solutions, which will balanced with the project objectives and the business objectives, and you will recommend them which one is better.
Mm,
This is how, I mean, these are the steps for you to build authority in the organizations, not by forcing people. It's by your presence. Whether the people who are working with you, they feel losing with you or winning with you.
mm. So, what again, I'm visualizing the typical Indian culture, the
Yeah,
professional culture,
yeah.
where you have a series of hierarchies, right? There are four, five people before you reach to the exact decision maker, or maybe the right person in the organization itself, right? So, is it possible for a person who is still in the job, right? Maybe at a mid level, but because he's covered by the GMs or the managers or GM of the person, team leads, and so on and so forth, before it's his real message should go to the maybe the vice president of that department, or maybe the manager of that department. So
Hello.
is it possible for a person who is still in the job to share the real message to the topmost person with the principle and the framework which you have built, as of now?
Deepak, sorry, I lost you. I didn't hear anything. Can you repeat the question?
Okay, sorry for that. I don't know
It was
what
all
happened.
blocked. That's why I
Yeah,
said.
okay. Okay. So what I'm saying that consider an example where the person is at the mid level and there's a series of people, on top of him, and the right person is sitting at the top, or maybe one level, from the top. So with the framework which you have built, is it possible for the person doing a job in the mid level to share and express himself and position himself so that the executives can hear him and can actually position him?
Absolutely, Deepak. And I think, see, this is the gap we most
Hmm.
of the mid-career professionals not able to understand, and especially project managers.
Hmm.
See,
Hmm.
these people who are operating at executive level or senior leadership level, let's assume they are operating at a 30,000 feet level,
Hmm.
and you are leading the project, which is, let's say, very ground close to the ground, which is 5,000 feet. Let's say 5,000 feet.
Right. Right.
Now you are the person who knows actually what's happening at the ground level.
Hmm.
They have a very high view of the project, and they hired you because they believe in you, that you can able to solve the problems of that project, right?
Hmm.
That's why they hired you. Now, if there's a problem in the project, and you're not a decision maker, and you want the decision maker. These are the people who are decision makers, who are operating at 30,000 feet level. Now if you want these people to make a decisions which will have benefit for this project and for the organization also, what would you prefer? Do you want them to come down to your level and talk to you and then solve your problem? Or would you prefer to go to their level and speak in their language and prioritize their requirements so that they can take the decisions and automatically your problems get solved?
Hmm.
So, which generally the process you'll follow?
The option B is always the
Option
preferred
B,
one.
right? This is where we make mistakes, and I'm sorry, this is what actually required in the business, but many people they follow the first, they depend on people to come here and down and talk to them, and this is your problem of getting laid off from the organization. This is causes you to laid off the organization.
And
Yeah.
what about, if anyone wants to opt for option number B, but there are four people in between, and then there's the real golden word called ego, of your manager, general manager, and so on and so forth, that comes into the play. Because right now, everyone, if you look at the person on the ground, they are actually the person who are, putting their 100%, and they understand the criticality. But the problem here is that once they reach it to the upper level and then to the another upper level, that's where he gets stuck, and that's the reason of the fear of losing or not getting promoted or maybe hurting their egos. I'm talking typical, the I should not say any regional mentality, but this is generally a professional things work.
This question has number of dimensions to look at it, but I will right now I can talk about two dimensions to help
Mm-hmm.
people understand. There are
Yeah.
multiple other dimensions
Yes.
also. But these two dimensions will help people to really look at it. First dimension is that the people at the top also human.
Mm.
Okay, they also have a lot of challenges and pressures. Okay, please understand this one. Okay, I ask my mentees this question: that can you able to coach your people in the organization? So I always get the answer is yes, Tushar. We coach our juniors and peers and team members.
Mm.
I question them: can you able to coach people at the top?
Mm.
And people say, how this is possible?
We
Let me be
cannot be
very honest
there.
with you. You do every day that one, but you don't realize it.
Mm.
You have to coach people at the top also, because as I said, they are operating at this level and you're operating at this level. They're dependent on you because you are leading that work. Now, you should influence these people in such a way that they should come with you and support you to complete that one. So there you require a coaching. When the
Mm.
conflict happens in the project, when the crisis happens in the project, all are looking at you. So what exactly you going to deal with there, and how you can direct them to take a better decision for you. Okay. And
Mm.
here the traditional thought comes in, the what traditional people think, like,
Yeah.
my boss will give me the future, why should I worry about it? It is his problem, let him take care of it. It is beyond my pay grade, so why should I think about it?
And
Right.
टिपिकल ये मेरा काम नहीं है.
ये मेरा काम नहीं है, वो तो वो
Right.
देख लेगा, right? But this is
Right.
where the problem is. You are missing the great opportunities to build a strong network with people. This is
Mm.
influencing opportunity.
Mm.
So to coach people at the top, up the ladder, is itself is such a great. I mean, we are missing these things.
Mm. Mm.
Okay, that's one dimension I want to check. Okay, so they
Yeah.
are the humans. They also have problems. They also have to, solve a lot of things in their plate. Now you have to be a little observant about this, that what exactly they look, what are exactly their needs are, and you have to satisfy that needs and the needs which you are working below the ladder and also the project. That's it. But then the another dimension which I mentioned to you is that can you coach them? Can you coach means you have to give the direction to these people. Just don't go
Mm.
with the problems with them. You know,
Correct.
that is one
Correct.
dimension. Now, the second dimension which I mentioned here is that uh, when you want to create influence with people, you need to have your clarity first. See, I've seen many people, they're doing these jobs like a survival mode. Okay.
Mm.
Even my story also, if I see, when I started my engineering, I was not having single clue why the hell I'm selecting the engineering, because my parents because I was very good in mathematics and physics and chemistry. I was also good in biology, but I was not having enough funding for getting into medical. If otherwise, you would see me somewhere in the dentist. I fell a dentist, not able to go to the dentist examination.
Mm.
So then I started my career, and for 10 years, I was figuring out what exactly I want to do in my life, in my career.
Mm.
So it's not my story, it's millions of people are having the same story, right? So when I get up in the morning every day, I have to find motivation for me to do the job,
Right, right.
right? So when you do not have clarity, you do not have your leadership reason why, then I have seen many people, they see, oh, okay, that position has got fantastic salary and then position has a good perks and benefits. So they'll really get attracted towards it. I call this as a borrowed leadership,
Mm.
a borrowed dreams, borrowed career. Because I have seen many people, they go to that position, they do a lot of hook and crooks and they reach to that position, but then they don't stay there for long. They fail.
Right.
See, failing as a leader is not a problem because these are ups and downs happens in the life. But you failing as a legacy is a big problem.
Mm. Mm. We generally call it wrong people in a right job and right people in a wrong
Yeah,
job.
yeah.
That's the and because at once one era where everyone wants to become engineer, and that's the parental push or social push, I must say.
Yeah.
And that's where we in India we have seen a lot of engineers are coming out, but similarly the unemployment rate as well as the perks of the engineers are already getting impacted nowadays.
Yeah. So if you stop these two things, at least two things, right now, wherever you are right now in your career, this is a message to all those people who are listening. Identify what exactly you want to do in that particular profession you have chosen. The moment you got this clarity now, you don't have to get up every day to find motivation.
Hmm. It lead to another, question out of the curiosity that the person who accidental become an engineer, because right now I'm not wanting any position, but because now we are talking as an engineer as a a point of discussion. So who accidentally chosen a selected a position or and he has reached to a mid level. Now, is it possible for him to now switch to another area where he actually his heart follow or his passion follows?
So this is a personal choice. The individual. This question is to be evaluated by personally. But if I really say at the outset is
Hmm.
that if if you not if you know that what exactly you like to do
Hmm.
and you able to continuously do that one and it will gives you a satisfaction, it gives you fulfillment and also satisfy some of your life dimensions. My question to them is why you taken so much time to figure this out?
Hmm.
And see, this is one of the challenge we most of mid-career people. It took me almost 15, 16 years to realize that I need a mentor in my life.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. I, I mean, I was having teachers. Still have a teachers with me. But my question, do you have a guru in your life? And how many gurus you have really earned in your life? So it took me so much time to realize that I was struggling in my job, in my career. I was looking for my managers and my bosses to give me the future, to show me, am I really getting promoted this year or not? Okay, I was waiting for that news from them and asking them the difficult question: Can we? What is my future?
Hmm.
And whenever I was having some doubts or questions about my career, I was not having right people around me. So whoever I'm asking the questions, they also like average like me.
Surrounded by the like-minded people, and if you
Yeah.
are, and that's the law of attraction, right, in the universe. So you always get those people who what you're thinking. So
Yeah.
you as
Yeah.
you rightly
So
mentioned,
I think there's a motivational speaker, Jim Rohn said, you are the average of five people around you, right?
correct.
So it's our choice, right? That let's say we have a mobile right now with us, right? In our mobile, in WhatsApp, more than 1,000 people maybe in
Hmm.
contacts, right?
Hmm.
Now, out of that 1,000 people, how many of them really get up in the morning and they think about you, Deepak, or think about me, think? Oh, Tushar is going through this problem. How can I help this person? And vice versa. When you get up in the morning, how many of you think about other helping others? So if you really want to be a leader, you should be sitting with leaders on daily basis. If
Mm.
you are sitting with gossipers, if you are sitting with the cribbers or the people who cry or whine, you will become the same, right?
Correct.
But if you really want to be a leader, then obviously you should choose the right people around you to be with. So how many people in our contacts, in our WhatsApp, they really are the future version of you?
Mm. And that's a very important message which we are given, that wherever you are, whatever you are doing, selecting the right group, right person is your responsibility, right?
Absolutely,
and
absolutely.
and otherwise, as you rightly mentioned, whether you are, people with the crying or the gossiping or the, negativity, they are there, that is everywhere. So that's your job to move out, whether you are in a professional life or the personal life. So so to our listeners, understand this is a very important message. So just take this as a first of the key takeaways. There are so many, but this is something which you
You know,
should.
I tell my mentees, do you want to be a stop valve or you want to be a conveyor belt?
Ah.
Because I'm an engineer, okay?
Yeah, 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 exactly.
Do you want to be a stop valve or you want to be a conveyor belt? Now, these two have different meanings, okay? Stop valve means I want to stop entertaining people who are gossiping,
Hmm.
okay? Or I can also say that if I'm sitting with people who are gossiping, I don't want to be a conveyor belt.
Hmm.
आज मैं आपके बारे आज के suppose in the group someone talks about you in the gossip, so next day they will talk about me also, right? So what I'm
True.
doing with it, am I really passing that with someone? So am I becoming a conveyor belt? So
Hmm.
am I, so this conveyor belt is basically it's a kind of a trait, right? Do you want to
Right.
convey the right things or do you want to convey the bad things? Or you want to be a stop wall of bad things? So this is what I generally check with my mentees. And this is
Mhm.
could be this for our listeners also.
Is a simple message, but has a powerful impact. So yeah, people are seeing it every day, but yes, how they can implement in their real life and improve themselves internally, motivate themselves. That's something. Thanks, Tushar, for bringing this up. I'm very much interested about knowing your influential leader blueprint.
Hmm.
What exactly is that and how it works?
Okay, so I think we already touched some part of it in our previous questions, but as I mentioned that story of mine and I was working with my mentors, what I realized that three things I realized, and most of the mid-career people, we struggle in our career because we have a borrowed leadership or borrowed career. No? Sarma ji ka beta, he's earning good money. So why don't you follow that career, right? So this is what actually starts with our family initially. And then it carry forward in the office also. If someone is getting promoted, if someone is getting salary hikes or something, you expect that to happen with you, right? So this is where the entire trap starts. So my my suggestion to all mid-career people that I want them to be free from all these things which is putting pain in your mind and in your life, okay? So when you have a clarity, so the three things you require. So my framework is about three things. First is, what is your leadership why clarity? You read this about Simon Sinek's Start with Why book, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
This is where I really get very connected with Simon Sinek. That when your why is not clear, then whatever you do, it doesn't create value to people. I mean, why people follow us, why people buy your things? Because you it's not about what you do, it's not about how you do, it's about why actually you do it. And that's the reason that why really connects people. Okay. So when you're going to office every day, and if you don't know what exactly you want to create or why you're doing it, then it is all like a mechanical things. And then when someone gives you a negative feedback or someone criticize your work, you feel offended. Okay. Right. See, if you love your work, you tell me, Bajaj, if you love your work, Deepak, and if I found if I give you the feedback, what will happen with you?
Motivated, inspired.
You will so, oh, thank you so much
And
for giving me that perspective. I'll try and work on that side, right?
yeah,
But this is
exactly.
rarely happens in office, right?
I never ever, remember any such instance.
Yeah.
You know? So we call it now, if you are able to succeed, and then it's everyone's baby. Otherwise, it's yours.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So my suggestion to all those people is that whatever career you are right now, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, from this point onwards, find that peace, bring that peace in your mind by bringing this clarity that who you are, what exactly you want to do. Don't chase for those tangible, materialistic things right now. Because after this, the whatever career we have in a hand is to create, the impact on people,
Mm,
right impact on the people, as I said to you earlier also. So if your why is clear, then your all activities are intentional. You don't need to get up every day in the morning for finding the motivation again because you already charged up.
mm,
Okay.
mm.
So even if someone finds fault in you, you will accept it gracefully.
Right. No, I think these are, again, these all are the hand-holding part and the real challenges which you have faced personally, and the we call it in the project management, it's a risk and mitigation. These are the risk, and these are, and the people. The problem here with the professional is we are very good in making the risk and mitigation evaluation for the projects.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
it comes to our own life, every time we are on risk, right? Edge of losing job, edge of missing the promotion, edge of getting becoming a negative, or if
yeah,
we become a risk taker and take some, so we don't take accountability, all these things. And uh, that's the real challenges which everyone is, and which is, that's the reason you start hating your job.
absolutely, absolutely. So that is the first part of the our framework that which I teach, and that is finding your why. Okay, but once your why is clear, you must build a roadmap. See, I know the direction. If I want to go in this direction, I know the direction, but then I have to build a roadmap for that, right?
Hmm.
So many professionals today are doing random learning. The things are so easily available with us. YouTube University
Good
we
one.
have, right? And so you are doing random learning. We become learning junkie, right?
Hmm.
One day we follow something this trend, and then next day follow something else. I call again this is borrowed learning.
Hmm.
So there we are chasing someone else's success, someone else's dream instead of building our own path, right? And that's where, because roadmap creates focus.
Hmm. Hmm.
So when you have a roadmap, then you will not deviate. Hey, what's happening in the organization? If there is a politics of people playing, there's something, you don't get into those idiot things because you have a clarity. This is the path I want to follow. Right? And then when you are walking on that roadmap or on the road, you will have a obviously speed breaker. There will be potholes. There will be road divergence will be there, right? This is I call as the blind spots which you come across while driving or walking on that path. So in real life, what are the blind spots we have? Maybe recession happens.
Hmm.
Maybe you face some company get merged with each other, other companies. Conflicts happens, failures happen, self-doubt. So
Hmm.
if you know these are the things happening, going to happen in the future, if you work on those things right now, you're fixing your blind spots right now. So the
And
more aware of your blind spots, you get better prepared for the challenges coming in the future. And that's how you become more resilient leader. So these are the three things of my frameworks.
now there's another monster called AI, which is not to need to miss that. And the organizations are taking a full advantage in the name of restructuring. They are laying off in big numbers.
Yeah, yeah. See, again, obviously AI is going to play a significant role in this, but AI will try to make your life easy in terms of task and the mundane things, but AI will not create the influence, the human influence I'm talking about. And
Hmm.
see, the real influence cannot be manipulated. The real influence means you bringing clarity to the people, you solving their problems, and you communicating value. Yeah. So AI will not really able to fix those problems. So the human influence is still the area where we have to create. the we have to fill that gap. So if,
And I relate what you said, the creating a roadmap. So
yeah,
roadmap means building, which is only be created with your self understanding and creativity.
yeah,
And that's where the AI doesn't work. Till the date, as per the market scenario, what we have seen, that creativity is something which is in your end. If you're not creative and just a copy paste person,
yeah,
definitely, you will be the first one to get hit.
absolutely, absolutely.
There's a different topic of detailed topic of AI. If we can, if we start talking on it. But yes, what is your thoughts on the AI?
See, I again, I think I completely agree with someone said on the social media about this, and my even my mentor also said that AI is not going to replace us. First of all, yeah, the project. If I this is for specifically for project managers,
Hmm.
the the project managers who know AI will replace project managers. The project managers who don't know AI. Okay, so as I
Hmm.
mentioned, AI cannot replace human influence.
Hmm.
So going forward, again, the leadership will depend on how you make the judgments, how you communicate, how you build the trust with people, how you make decisions. These are the human capabilities. So trusting, judging, empathy, influence are the human qualities. So influence will become more important, not less. That's the message I want to pass.
Hmm. It's a very important one. You use this, I call it as an unleash animal. Try
Yeah,
to control it. Try to take it the best advantage. And the simple way, it's your personal secretary. You
yeah,
know what?
yeah,
And now again, this secretary only will work based on your thoughts. If your thoughts are negative, or you are, as you rightly mentioned, the gossips and other things, you don't know how to use that personal secretary. So garbage in will garbage out. But if you
absolutely.
have a creativity, so definitely this will scale up, and this will give you the right direction and the clarity as you move forward, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It gives
So
you enhanced thinking, actually.
it will give you the wheels, right, to
Yeah,
run on the road which you have built through your creativity.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we are actually making it a real use case of the AI, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But that's the best part of these talks. You start learning, you start exploring, and some new ideas get trickle, and
Yeah.
definitely the viewers and the listener, they will understand it, how these things, not using the chat GPT, or maybe just using a chat GPT doesn't mean, or using any tool doesn't mean that you become an AI expert. Just try to think, and then start finding out the right tools. The tools are available in plenty, right?
Yeah, I agree. I think me GPT is going to be there always.
There will be all. Yeah. Right. So yeah, I really want to understand, or maybe want to know any successful case study where some of your mentee who was stuck there, and now they have transformed into a uh, aspiring leaders, or great project managers, or who actually come out from that particular negative emotions to something who is working on their own, or maybe coming with the new thoughts,
Yeah.
something which relates with our audience.
Sure, sure. I mean, obviously, I have a few number of case studies and stories who actually people have transformed themselves, okay, through that journey. And I remember one of my mentee, and she came to me frustrated. I mean, we started talking with each other on LinkedIn, and we connected with each other. And she came to me asking, she was frustrated at her office level that she said to me, Tushar, I'm PMP certified, I'm Scrum, I'm doing Agile also, and I'm aware of all these frameworks and everything, but and still I'm not, my manager, my leadership is still not considering me as a leadership, a future leadership role in the organization. And when I started discussing with her, then I realized actually the problem was not about, she's highly talented, first of all. Let me be more than 20 plus years of experience. She is good, having good years of experience also. She's good in her subject also. What I realized is that she was not able to create that influence in the organization with her available talent and experience. Okay.
mm,
So whenever she was dealing with people or the seniors in the organizations, or she was like a shell. She created a shell for herself, and she was very good in that shell. And that shell is creating a problem for her to negotiate with people. So
mm,
people at the top also not able to see as a like a visibility point of view, leader point of view. Okay.
mm,
And when she was dealing with her team members also, the team members are not able to really see her that role model kind of stuff. Again, because she's at that level, so she has my promotion and my salary in the hand. That's why I will follow her. That was
mm,
actually type of atmosphere she was having. But when she entered into the coaching program with me for long term, I worked on her these belief systems to break first, and then I worked on this formula of finding the why she wants to do all this stuff, and what exactly the hidden agenda she has in her life, what she wants to do. I strongly believe, Deepak, that we all have greatness within us. Okay,
mm, mm,
but as I said to you, that we don't bring that greatness out. We hide behind our shadows many times. Okay, because lots of fears we have. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of judgment. People fear what people will think about me. Log kya
mm.
kahenge.
लोग क्या कहेंगे? Well,
And because of that, she was not able to put up all her great work she has done in front of people. Again, this is one of the belief I want to kill here, that when we believe that my work will speak, my
mm,
performance will speak. ऐसा अगर होता तो यार, I mean, everyone gets into the leadership, but that's not the truth. I mean, this could be possible 30, 40 years back when I could understand about that one, because that
mm,
time the resources were less, the things can be easily seen. But
mm,
nowadays, we are not that lucky. Everyone is not that lucky that someone will stand up for me and say, think about it.
mm, mm, mm,
Right? In the offices also, you just check if anyone really want to talk a few words about you. So let's say in the office you did a great work, and if someone asks you to say what you did, tell me what exactly the good feedback you received. We really shy to talk about that, because we
mm,
feel that if I say so much about myself, the people see them myself as I'm boasting about me.
mm, mm.
But that's
Right.
the problem actually. That's the root problem we're carrying. See, people are waiting for you to share your wisdom with them. You might
Mm,
have done something great in that solving that problem. So what you're supposed to do there is to talk about how you made the decision, then what exactly you did to solve the problem. Have you come up with a new process or system, or you done some research, or you know if you don't talk about it, how would people get the wisdom out of this?
right.
And this is where we fail, and that's why I mean, that's the first rule is to uh, we should feel, we should talk, we should give people the value. If you don't give the value, they don't, if you do, that value should add, make their life easy.
Mm, mm.
Okay, so that's one thing. If you have that clarity, if you start doing that one, definitely it will put you into the different league of people, and people will follow you as influence.
Yeah. Tushar, I want to stop you here because before you move ahead on this topic, I want to take you a step back. Right now, with 20 years of experience, that lady, she approached you, right? Connected you on LinkedIn, and the conversation started. So what was the moment that she actually moved and looked for external help? Because if the lady is always be
Yeah.
conservative, right? So what motivated, or what is the problem she is facing, that the person who did never talk with the team, or who very shy to sharing the ideas with the team members. Now she immediately moved for external help, because that helped a lot of people, who's listening to us.
I think she saw me somewhere into social media. I was my reels and my some of my
Yeah.
posts which really resonate with her. Okay,
Uh,
and I think she read my book also somewhere, and she was following me for some time.
uh,
And then this is how she connected with me.
okay.
So actually, people have realized their challenges. It's just that strength to take a decision and step out. Very few does that one. So I think she was looking for it, and then she found me there, and she just connected with me.
So your thoughts fully resonate with her challenges, and that's where that they get the direction. Otherwise, people generally don't talk.
Yeah,
So it's very important for the listeners that just do follow Tushar, understand what he's saying, because what he's saying is not Harvard studies, it's a real experiences, real challenges, real professional things which is happening in the offices. So just try to understand what he's saying. One statement of him will change your life. And
thank you so
definitely,
much.
Tushar is already here. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Tushar. Sorry for cutting you, but yes, I really want
Uh,
to understand that because it will help a lot of people. So,
yeah.
yeah, please.
So we worked on with the lady, and we worked on her leadership why, and then we built up her roadmap, and then obviously we worked on her blind spot. So one of the blind spot, is I have 15 years of experience. I have 20 years of experience. This is how it works. I know how it works.
I
This
know
is a blind
everything.
spot.
I know everything.
I know everything. That means there is nothing for you to learn now, right?
Uh,
This is a
hmm,
trap again. So, I heard that शायरी एक शेर सुना था मैंने कहीं पे कि धूल तो चेहरे पे थी लेकिन मैं आईना साफ कर रहा था, राइट? ऐसा सब कुछ सुना था मैं, तो ये दिस इज रियलिटी वी हैव, राइट?
hmm,
So we are chasing something, but we are not ready. We are trying to find the solution outside for
hmm,
our problems. If your promotion is not happening, and if your boss says, yeah, we're not been considering you for the next promotion at this moment of time, we feel very disheartened, right?
hmm,
And we blame the system, we blame the manager and everything. Might be the case, okay? I'm not really denying that thing. This might be the case, but
hmm,
majority situation, the problem is within us. We
hmm.
never try to understand why this is happening with me.
Right.
uh, because we're following the wrong myths again. My performance, hey, I got so much of great feedbacks throughout the year, I should be getting promoted.
Hmm,
I'm really struggling with this kind of thought process so many times that are you getting paid for doing the great work, right? So how
yes.
can you say that I received a positive feedback? This is an insult. You're
Hmm,
insulting yourself.
hmm,
Hey, you're getting paid. No one will pay you for doing bad job, right?
yeah.
So you saying someone that getting great feedback. That yeah, that's what you get paid for.
That's your job. That's your
That's
duty.
our job is, right? So the promotion is not happening because there are certain expectations. We're not able to match it up. So what are those expectations? Do we really able to review that one, research that one? So that
Hmm,
is the leaders are generally ask this question where the gap is. How should I fix that? Not to blame. And so the problem is within, not outside. So,
hmm.
and this is what I worked with her, and we worked on her blind spots. And, in a year's time, she was promoted in the same company, and also same, she got, the great opportunity to work outside. And now she is a delivery manager,
Oh.
managing a big team. So, your confidence is always there. Your greatness is within there with you. It's just we are not aware of it.
Mm. It's like, sharpening the axe and giving the right direction, because 15, 20 years, and then, obviously you also become rusted within the system. And then, with the great mentors like you, definitely, the polishing and redefining and changing the directions, that is something which is needed for each and everyone. So thank you, Tushar, for bringing that superb thing. And it's not about that lady. It's about, for you personally also, it gives a lot of motivation.
Absolutely. We learn out of it. I also learn out of it. Okay.
Mm,
And I always consider this my learning when I'm dealing with, as I said to you, I'm a student of a human behavior.
mm,
I learn out of that.
which is more complicated subject.
Yeah, yes.
Right. So, you rightly mentioned about the influential leader hub as a founder, and what exactly this hub is all about.
Okay. So, when I was working, I told you about there's a gap between education and what we require in the office, in the workplace, right? This is a gap I found. And I also found there's a gap in the employment system because when I look up to my bosses, I see that they're also broken inside.
Hmm.
Okay. they also broken inside, and they are coming to offices, are doing a lot of politics and micromanagement, all that stuff. They making our life hell actually. So when I look up to these people, and I used to say, "Arey, I'm depending on these people for my future, and they're already broken inside. How this system is helping them? So they're
Hmm.
staying in the company for so many years. They're choking the space. They're not allowing others to go ahead. So that means the system is broken here also. Because if the system is good, then some greatness of that person would have been come out.
Hmm. Hmm.
But
Hmm.
that's not happening. Why people are leaving the organizations? Because many times you see that on the media is that managers are not good, right? They're leaving not company. They're leaving managers,
Correct.
leaders. And
Right.
I realized this, yeah, because most of the leaders, our job, the first primary role of a leader is to find the best out of the other person, right? So which is
Hmm.
that missing? So if the system is not helping you to bring that best, so I found that gap is also there. So education system is, there's a gap, there's an employment system is a gap. And when I was in my career, in my 20 plus years of career, whenever I got some doubts about my career, I was not having the right people around me to ask the questions. Okay, whenever I'm asking the questions, I used to get the same answers because they never, these people also never actually done something great in their life.
Hmm.
They never come out of their comfort zone. So and I'm asking them about the best advices to give for my career. And then I realized that how can I fix this? To fix this, I need a community to build, and the community of like-minded people. And that's where I come up with a influential leader hub, where all these like-minded people like you and me who come together and we try to help each other to grow and fix our problems as a community, as a tribe. Okay. This way we will build our shapes our organization. This will shape our communities, our societies, and our nation also.
And other than this, because I come from sales, so I always talk about your customers. Because
Hmm.
at the end of the day, if your customer is happy, definitely your whole ecosystem within your organization will also remain happy and healthy, right? Because the dollars come from their side. So most of the people, what I have seen, because they are, although we all talk about customer first, but most of the companies don't follow this practice, when it comes to the real execution. So it's all about how you take care of them as well as your shareholders, so
Hmm.
that at the end of the day, these are the one who are, you will only get promotion when your company gets the money.
Yeah. Well, again, yeah. Okay. That's again, it's a traditional thinking, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. So in this hub, how many people or how many leaders, so how many members you have in this hub?
So we started almost 2 years back, and now more than 500 plus professionals are operating together as a community. Okay, and we try to help each other. It's like a networking. You know, we
Mm.
come there and we openly share our problems, and there are people from Gen Zs to senior professionals like up to 30, 40 years of experience. So that means you can reach out to anyone and talk, connect with each other. So there are people from the same city can talk to each other also. So we run weekly basis inner circle calls. We have monthly sessions, and we also have retreats on yearly basis. So we come together, we award each other for the best work they have achieved or accomplishment they have achieved. That's how it is worked.
Managing a community is not an easy thing, and
Yeah,
especially
yeah,
busy
yeah,
professionals,
absolutely.
it's take a lot of efforts to do the event management sort of thing. But yes, if they know what they're doing, and they are also becoming part of this mission, so I'm pretty much sure we are getting a fantastic experience and learning from these people, especially from these.
Absolutely. It's as I mentioned to you, this I also learn so many things from people because I also have a blind spots. We all
Mm.
have blind spot, right? So I'm clearing my blind spot through this community.
Mhm. Right. Agree. Uh, Employment, breaking, or what you say, the breaking process in employment, or the processes, of this education, this part. So I want to know that how the Gen Zs, because you are
Mm.
connecting and talking with them on a daily basis, how Gen Zs are seeing this education system nowadays. What is their thought process? Because at our time, we have been forced to learn, to read, to study, and to score marks. But today, I think that everything has changed. So,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm so proud of our Gen Z people, honestly speaking. I learned so many from them, so much of from them. I mean, they are so courageous people, I can see. And they don't have such sometimes, that fears, they
Hmm.
take the actions, right?
Hmm.
They take actions, they are resourceful, actually. That was one of the problem I was facing in my career. Are you really resourceful? This is a question I check with people. If I have a problem, how many different options I have to solve this?
Hmm.
This
Right.
resourceful mindset is really good. Most of us having scarcity mindset, but I see this Gen Z superb, and I really learn out of from them so much that their energy levels are superb. They don't take their things to heart
Hmm.
seriously. We take it so hard to the heart.
Hmm.
If someone gives you the negative feedback, we take it so hard that for the entire day we are in that bad mood, and we take it
Hmm.
back to home also.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when I see this generation, I see that they are so practical. They move in quick, fast, and if you give them the right suggestion, right advice, they will definitely listen you. That may be very, very honest with you. You know,
Hmm.
they are the people who can listen and they can take action if you give them the right, the right environment to. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I have very positive about them, and they are the hopes. They're the fantastic hopes we have. And obviously India, if you see the India's
Hmm.
Gen Z are superb, doing great.
Right. And nowadays, the new mantra which they all are following is they want to become a job providers rather than the job seekers, right?
Yes, yes.
So that's something, which is also keeping us on the toes, that coming from schools and the colleges, and then they are moving into a different part. So I totally agree with you. The resourceful and the action and the risk taking capability, which most of the people are still lack. So that's make them. That's the reason they're Gen Zs, right?
Yeah, 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 absolutely. So, mm, I mean, if you really want to quickly, if I add one more dimension in that one, and then I will see
Mm,
Gen Zs obviously are there, but I still believe I have huge focus and the hopes into our mid-career people, because
mm,
we are the future of our organizations. You know, there are Gen Zs and there are senior people in the organization, and we are bridging the gap between these two.
true.
These people require, the Gen Zs require direction, and these people require a sustainability. They require
Mm.
resilience. They want the future of, so they are looking for some future in you. And that's where we mid-career people need to be grown, and we are the future.
And experience counts, right? The number of years which we have spent in the industry, we have faced the customer, we have faced
Mm.
the real situation, the crisis, the managing the people internally, outside, peers, so on and so forth. So this is where the experience, your experience cannot become from ChatGPT, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
this is something which you have to earn, right? Tushar, in the interest of time, I immediately move to the important question, which is your advice for the project managers and aspiring leaders.
Okay, okay. If I really want to, if I had to leave the audience with one thought process, one final thought in the mind is that, you know, your performance will give you the credibility,
Hmm.
but your influence will give you that authority. See, when professionals combine these both, they do not just grow their careers, they become the leaders who want to shape the environments, who want to create impact beyond the job, beyond the job titles. Okay, so and for that, I want my listeners out of the mid-career people is to, I want you to be coming out of that fear of what people will think about you. You know, there is no enlightenment in your life when you hide yourself into the shadows, when you step back, when there is opportunity for you to show bigger game. Okay, so don't wait for bigger events to play big. You know, play big in small events also.
Very important message.
Yeah,
And thanks for bringing that thing. Play big in the small events. Wow,
yeah, yeah.
very powerful.
Minute things also helps, influence.
Mhm. No, I remember. I will remember it. Big play in the small events, right? The people wait for the right opportunity, big opportunity, or the optimum opportunity where they become judgmental. But play full on, and you'd never know like who is in the audience is actually waiting for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
And see, my mentor used to say to me, Deepak, is that there are millions of waiting for us to inspire them. Now it's your choice whether you want to inspire them or not.
yes,
You know,
exactly.
there are millions of waiting for us.
And there may be numerous occasions where I have seen you giving a live shows and the live LinkedIn and other on the platform on this project management and the other influential talks. But there may be chances, there may be some time that there was no attendees, but still the
Mm.
energy and the passion and the way you are delivering, there's no setback, there's no low in the voice, your confidence was still at the high, right?
Okay, superb. Thank you for asking this question because this is another trait.
Mm,
I mean, you have to show up every time.
yeah.
And again, when you show up fully, 100%. There should not be no, oh नहीं 5% कम करता है 10% ऐसा नहीं देना है तो 100% देना if you promise someone to be there, you have to be there and consistently. So I said to my mentee, there are two things you require in this year to for successful is consistency and commitment. That's it.
Yes. And this is where your commitment comes, right?
Yes,
Whether someone comes or not, whether they are clapping or not, whether giving the likes or not, still I will perform, right?
absolutely.
And these small compounding effects actually will create a big impact, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
absolutely, absolutely.
I totally agree. No one, it doesn't make a difference what you're saying, right? It makes a difference that you are showing up. You're showing you're pressing up, coming, in front of the camera live, and that's the biggest thing. So take my words, Tushar, what you're doing is not less than any celebrity.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Right. So again, we are watching it, but again, as a point of the thing is, it's only about the presence, right? But it's not about our presence, it's about your presence and your giving that real message which the world is looking for.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. Thank you very much, Deepak.
So thank you, Tushar. I know there are so many other questions which is coming in my mind, but in the interest of time, definitely I want to take a pause. But I really want to thank you for for first of all identifying the real challenges which the mid segment professional
Mm,
is facing, and they are very shy because they don't know whom to speak.
yeah,
For their friends it looks like they don't want to feel low. For the family, they don't know what they are doing, what hardship they are doing, because and then the your own personal setback which you have shared with us, people don't have the courage to say like that, right? So thanks for bringing all these points. I'm pretty much sure your whatever the steps you have mentioned, especially your why, your big play in small events, uh, your hiding within the shadows. All these are very very. And one more thing, forceful respect, right? Forcefully respect, right?
respectful fear or fearful respect.
Yeah, but still, these are the pointers which really is required for each and everyone at whatever stage they are. So I really thank you for this. But before we move on, uh, any last message which you want to share with the audience?
See, I think I will tell all of these professional people is that do not ever measure your career by how much other people are earning salary or designation or that. Don't measure that. That measurement is not going to give you anything. You measure it by how what is the value I have added the people I'm working with. My leader, my mentor again used to tell me, Tushar, your legacy is not your courses or my
Mm.
frameworks or my, the processes. My legacy is the students whom I'm coaching and mentoring. right? So the same thing, the message to all my professionals who are listening, your legacies are not your projects. Your legacies are not the quality systems or process you're developing, okay? Your legacy is the people you transformed while delivering those projects. That's the message I want to give.
Exactly, exactly. It's very powerful because I've seen a lot of people, they whatever the problem they have, they just try to put them into their own crafted frameworks or processes. You have to go from 1 2 3 4 5 like this, and whether so without doing any modification. But
Yeah.
yet, when you got the point which you have mentioned it, you are actually giving an opportunity to make it flexible based on the status of that person, whether it's a mental, emotion, and the his professional career, wherever he's standing, and then making a roadmap. So that flexibility is what's
Yeah.
required.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty much sure your one-to-one mentorship and one-to-one hand-holding sessions are something which is crafted of all these unique
Yeah.
elements to cover their blind spots.
Absolutely. Yeah. These are the three things the majorly I work on. Absolutely.
And anyone who wants to get connected with you, what would be the right channel?
Thank you, Deepak. And I think people can reach out to me through LinkedIn. They can find me on the LinkedIn, which is where I'm very active there. And or they can go to my community, which is influentialleaderhub.com. Okay, there you can just go and put your name and register yourself there, and you will be a part of my community. And you'll see there are a lot of things I do on daily basis there. And in case you feel that you are resonate with me, you want to be a part of one of the programs we have, feel free.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I will definitely post your link of that, community in the when we are going to upload this podcast,
Okay.
so that it will be easier for everyone to get access on that and definitely touch base with you.
No, super. Thank you, Deepak, for this opportunity. I really appreciate this. Sometimes we have a message to give people, and you gave this platform for us to share this pain and emotions we have gone through already. And you and I think I can clearly see that you also want people not to go through the same suffering which we have gone through in our career, right? This is why you're creating that enlightenment through your sessions. Okay. So thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you for joining in and wishing you best of luck for your 1 million mission.
Okay. Thank
I'm
you.
pretty much sure you will be reaching it very soon. And it's not about 1 million by the number; it's about 1 million likes.
It's a journey. It's a big journey, and I really appreciate that journey. Super.
Thanks, Tushar, for all your time. And for the audience, thank you. And until next time, this is Deepak. We are signing off. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes.